What is up, YouTube? I'm about to demonstrate how you would normally perform a DaVinci Watch video. The best way to watch it anyway. So when you start the video up, it starts up normal.
What is up, YouTube?
Oh, look at that. There goes my hands and face. Okay, so go down to the description. Right click on next to the link that says original video for syncing. Right click it. Click open in new window. Once you click that, the original link is going to appear in a new window. You're going to stop the video. Try to shrink it down as much as you can. And then you want to put the video in the corner as if you were watching a normal reaction. So once you start it, obviously the video is going to jump back if you're using it on a PC. You want to try to get to the point where I'm going to do the countdown. Normally do not skip the intro. There's a lot of important information in it, but I'm going to skip it for demonstration purposes. So once everybody's on point. Once the countdown starts.
Now, with that being said,
you ready?
The video is set to 0000. Everything is from
also
the very beginning.
Turn off the mute.
I'm about to do the countdown. When I say go, hit the play button. 3, 2, 1, go.
There we go. See,
this is Friday Night Dinner, Season 1, Episode 1.
And it's that easy. Obviously, you would have the sound.
Simon Bird.
So that is what you would normally do in order to get the reaction normally on a DaVinci Watch.
Oh, you know the head bopping doesn't stop.
Okay, you can stop with the head bopping. Thanks, DaVinci. I appreciate it. That is how you do a DaVinci Watch video. If you have any more questions, go to the comment section and leave them there. Thank you. What is up, YouTube? I'm Devon DaVinci, leader of the Renaissance Crew, and you are watching DaVinci Reacts. Today I have a reaction for you guys. It's funny how YouTube works. My Bo Burnham reactions have been up for, I'd say, at least a year. Maybe longer than that, but I know off the top of my head, at least a year. And every once in a while, the algorithm will throw me a bone and make one of my videos or a selection of my videos, I ain't gonna say trend, but they just become popular among my channel. And right now it seems like Bo Burnham videos are really doing the rounds on my channel. Like all of my Bo Burnham videos are getting a lot of comments and a lot of views. I don't know exactly what's causing it, but I have learned through some of the comments that people have made on my old Bo Burnham videos that Bo Burnham has started making music again. Now, I don't know if he was making music in between that, because the last set of videos I did, it seemed like he was, he didn't like how art and some of his content was, or at least like, I guess the message that was being put out with him, like he wanted, I guess he felt like he wasn't fully able to express himself in the way that he wanted, and that the industry wasn't, it was just, I guess, tough to be in or whatever. I don't know exactly, but that's what it seemed like. Now, it seems like he is, well, I don't know. I haven't watched any of his videos, so I can't honestly say for sure. But, I mean, the fact that he came back tells me that maybe he is more comfortable with where his ability to express himself is in his art. Like, he has more control of it, and, you know, anything like that, I definitely support. When you're able to just do what you want to do when you want to do it, I definitely support it. And I'm glad that I learned that he does have more music out there. So I'm going to do a reaction to this. And I'm going to see like what I can pick up from it. I also learned that Bo Burnham's music is way more, what's the word I'm looking for? Not just deeper, because the stuff was always deep, but more serious than I thought. Like, because I always assumed like comedian, musician, that's what it was. But it seemed like some of his older songs, when you go back and listen to them, especially with some of the comments I've heard from people, that there was a lot of videos that I would laugh, but the meaning underneath the subject was a lot more serious. So it came off kind of insensitive on my part. But I was looking at it from a very like surface level. So this time I'm gonna try to go in and try to pick out the parts that I can get. Now, if it's something funny, I'm gonna laugh, but I'm definitely going to have my ears open and more of an open mind take on the music itself. But I will have a link for Bo Burnham's channel at the end of this video. The last 30 seconds, you can click on an icon that pops up over here. It'll take you to his channel. You can like, comment, subscribe, all the other good stuff. And I will have a link for the original video in the description box down below. So if you want to show the original content creator support, you will click that link and watch the video. Or if you're a reactor yourself and you want to find the source video, that is what you would use. Or if you just want to watch it without me talking and pausing and things like that, that's something you can also do. And it does look like he has an album out, so be sure to check it out. It's called Inside. So if you want to show him some support, go and check out his content that he's selling right now. Now, with that being said, let's jump into this. Mm. That's Rule 34. That's chat roulette. Damn. Mm. 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 Yeah, this is deeper than it seems. Obviously. They were still porn. So it seemed like new internet interrupted old internet because it's like, up, it's getting your attention away. Come back over here. Mm. Now streaming on Netflix. Is that like a comedy special? I'm imagining that's a comedy special, not just the album. But yeah, I mean, I've already said this a million times in the past. I feel like humanity is not responsible enough for the internet. Like, there was a time when the internet was. It's funny. It felt like there was a time when the internet was more under control, but at the same time there was less regulation. But it just seems like nowadays, like you said, whatever you want to find on the internet, you'll find it, and that goes for the good and the bad. So it's not just a matter of, oh, well, if you need something, the internet can provide it for you. But the thing is, it can also provide bad stuff. Like, it can provide spaces where your ignorance and your uh, preconceived notions can be fed. Like, back in the day, well, I ain't gonna sit here and sound like this old person, but it seems like society is starting to change in a way that people are less using the internet to find answers and more using the internet to find verification for what they already see as true. And I feel like something that the internet definitely needs is, I feel like if you're going to get on the internet, there should be some way of studying critical thinking and how to verify sources and how to process information in a way that's honest and truthful. I feel like you should be able to accept when you're wrong, because a lot of times someone gets some information and instead of using it to evaluate what they believed and like weigh in what they already believe compared to what they just learned, and coming up with an answer based on whichever one has the evidence, instead they take arguments against their beliefs as like personal attacks. And that's when you get parts where people will, like, I'm sure people have run into this, where you would go to a tweet or go to a forum post or something, and it could be about anything, and somebody will come in and will correct the information that's in the original post because, let's say, something's wrong. Instead of just being like, oh, damn, you're right, that is kind of off. Instead, they'll be like, oh, well, why are you here? Why don't you just go somewhere else? Why you gotta make this area negative? Like, why you gotta bring negative energy? Like, no, it's not bringing negative energy. This is wrong. I'm providing information that is right. If you don't believe it's right, then just look it up, verify it. The reason I'm telling you this is because I believed what you believed, and I learned that that's wrong. But people would take it personal, like, oh, well, fuck you. Like, get out of here, leave. Like, no, that's not how you find out whether or not something's true. And with that type of mindset, that's where the internet goes wrong, because that's what creates these safe spaces and these bubbles where people will create a community of people that thinks exactly like them. And they only want people that think exactly like them. If you deviate in any sort of way, they'll throw you into the other group and throw you out of their community. Like, it's like communities expect people in those communities to be like this monolithic thing that doesn't change from the next person. Like, we can take politics, for example. You have your left, you have your right. If somebody says something that they agree with, even if it's on a particular policy on the right or the left, like, let's say, let's do something simple. Let's talk about, like, I don't know, taxes. If somebody says that we should use taxes to help pay for more schools and more ability for people to learn, or something like that, they might try to automatically assume, oh, well, you're on the left, I'm on the right, I don't like you, get out of here because you also support this, and this, when all these other extra things aren't tied to that one belief. And same vice versa. Like you could be somebody in a right leaning group, but because you have an opinion that goes in favor, or not go in favor, but one particular subject that leans towards the left, like let's say you think that marijuana should be legal, even though you're right leaning on other subjects, you think marijuana should be legal. So they'll look at that and be like, oh, well, you're just one of these types of people, and that means you believe this, and this. And it's like, no, that means none of that. It just means that on this one subject, I believe what I told you I believe. People have started to get this tribalistic thing where they'll try to base your entire belief system on that one idea or that one policy or that one belief. And life isn't that simple. People are all different. Everybody isn't the exact same. If you can believe one thing, but on other subjects believe something that separates you from the stereotypical person that believes that thing. Like it's just like to the point where if you disagree with the majority of people, they'll come out and attack you and things like that. And I've already talked about like cancel culture, and before anybody gets confused, I'm not somebody that believes that cancel culture goes too far or cancel culture goes too light. Like there is situations where it's accountability, where people will say stuff that they deservingly should have consequences against them and they're being held accountable for it. But then there's also situations where people are looking for something to get outraged by, and they're just looking for like a moral superiority, like a moral high ground to get on. So they'll attack something, even if it's something that they themselves might have believed at one particular point in time. They'll attack somebody for expressing that, even if it was in the past. Like I'm thinking of like, let's talk about the Kevin Hart situation. People attack Kevin Hart because of what he said in the past, but the thing is, Kevin Hart, to my knowledge, he's not done that again. Like, he said what he said. It's one thing if he's still saying it today. It's one thing if he's actually acting on it today. But given how long ago it was, did anybody ever stop to see like, okay, did he ever change his mindset? Did he ever apologize? Did he ever show that he never did it again? Because at the end of the day, that's what an apology is all about. You express that you were wrong. You show that you never do it again, and then you proceed to never do it again. He said what he said. Has he ever apologized? If not, somebody ask him like, hey, do you still feel the way you feel about gay people when you said that thing? If he says he doesn't feel that way anymore, okay, there's a way we can verify that. What has his actions done since then? Like, he says he doesn't believe that anymore, but has he gone about violating that trust through his actions? Okay, let's look at his actions since then. Has he done anything against gay people or against, in the example he talked about his son. So has he done anything against his son for expressing possible like gay gestures or tendencies or whatever the hell else? If he has done something like that, okay, then he was lying. He hasn't changed. He still believes that. But nobody, I feel, have like stopped to see, okay, did he apologize? Has he done anything since then that shows he still believes? No, from my knowledge, he hasn't. Like, he has, or at least in the public eye, has not violated that. So why are we attacking him for this? That goes for just about anything, though. Like, if somebody has had something pulled from the past The question is, have they learned from it? Like, there have been times in the past where I have said or done something that I can tell you right now today I don't agree with. And I've learned since then and have evolved and have never violated it again. Now, does that mean that I should get attacked because I dared to do it in the past when it was acceptable? Like, I don't think so. I mean, I can just come out and be honest with you guys. Like, in the past, I have used the F word, not against gay people, but I have used that word as like slang. Since then, I've learned that that word is wrong in any regard. I have not said it since then, and I will never like teach my kids to say that word. As far as I'm concerned, the word's dead. I have the same opinion about that word as the N word. When I learned like the actual weight behind it, and based on my logic, it's a word that doesn't need to exist. So I've gone about trying not to ever say it again. And if I ever did say it, I would immediately apologize because I don't mean to ever say that again. I want that word to die out of my vocabulary completely. Same with the F word. I want that word to die out of my vocabulary. Now, if somebody went into the past and said, oh, well, you said this word before, well, the point is, I have apologized for it. I am never intending to ever say it again, and that will continue for the rest of my life. Like, you can have your opinions about it, but that's just my situation. I can't change my past, and all I can do is try to go into the future and continue to do what I'm doing now. That's all I can do. That's all I can ask for. I know there are people that have probably said derogatory words towards people like me. If they like, as long as that they've apologized and have never since then done it, that's all I can ask for. I just keep an eye on them, make sure they don't uh, change their mindset or whatever, and that's it. Uh, I feel like I've changed the subject too much because we were talking about Bo Burnham and the internet. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's like communities are getting created. People are like taking sides. They're throwing one group of people into one category, other group of people into another category, and trying to like categorize people so that they can easily identify stuff. And I don't know, it just seems like humanity's just too complex for that. To just sit back and just say that you're this because you believe this one thing, so I'm going to judge your entire personality, your entire belief system on this one subject that you happen to believe in. It doesn't make any sense. It's not honest, and that's why I say humanity is not responsible enough for the internet, because at the end of the day, what happens is we can't sit here and try to lump everybody into different groups. That's not how life works. That's not how life ever worked. All it's going to lead is to a bunch of confusion, and eventually you're going to find yourself in a situation where you're alone because you've kicked out everybody that disagrees with your entire belief system, your entire life, to the point where eventually everybody that has been in that group is gone because you kicked them all out. But the reason you kicked them all out is because everybody's different. Nobody's going to have the exact same belief system as you. Eventually, you're going to get to a point where y'all have a crossroads in one thing you believe compared to something they believe. And if you can't sit down and like have a conversation, like, all right, well, I agree to disagree. That's it. If you can't do that, then you're going to get to a point where you're going to be isolated and by yourself. But feel free to go in the comment section and let me know what you all think. I have no problem talking to people about things like this. Because I definitely can tell you I do not have the answers. I am 100% still making mistakes to this day that I will continue to make, but I will continue to try to learn about. I'll try to be as honest as I can when it comes to these mistakes, and will accept that I have done like something wrong and will try to correct it. And well, like I said, at the end of the day, that's all I can really do. So let me know what you all think in the comment section. Try to keep it clean. No personal attacks or anything like that, because if there's a personal attack and it's unwarranted, I will delete the comment. And if it's something that continues to happen, people just have to start getting blocked. But I try not to block people unless it's like obviously warranted. So, you know, outside of that, feel free to have a conversation. I'm gonna give you the deuces. I look forward to seeing you guys in the comment section and in the future video. Make sure you hit the like button so that you can help the channel with the whole YouTube algorithm thing, and try to get these videos spread to as many people as possible. Bo Burnham's videos definitely help strike deeper conversations. That's one reason why I like doing it. That's one of the reasons why I like doing comedy reactions in general, because it always leads to a conversation that I feel is needed and a conversation that's deeper and serious. Because when I was growing up, when I watched comedy specials, that's where I got insight. Like that's where you got discussions that opened stuff up, that branched out. Whether it was like, you know, just any type of comic, they always have subjects that relate to real life, and they either tackle it in a certain way that makes you not see it from that perspective, or it opens it up so that you want to have a bigger discussion about it. So as long as if these comedy reactions will allow me to put them on YouTube, I will continue to do them, and I will continue to have discussions like this. So hopefully I'll see you guys in the future. I'm gonna give you the deuces, and I'm signing out. Devon DaVinci. Hopefully you've been enlightened, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.